My name is Pukita. I live here in the Civic Center. I'm a citizen candidate. I've never run for office before. I'm running because I live the American dream. I come from a local middle-class family. I started a business in 1996. Grew it to about 800 employees. We employed thousands over the years. And at that time, I sold business in October of 2019. And I looked at my grandchild, and I've got two, and I thought that child will never live the lifestyle that will never have the opportunity to live the American dream that I did. If we kept going in the same direction that we were going in October of 2019, I want to point out that date. That date was before COVID. Before we lost so much of the American way, the American dream. So that's why I'm running. I'm running a different campaign. I am an outsider, but I'm proud to be an outsider. We've got problems in this country. It's a target-rich environment. And I do believe that only business people can solve these problems like Trump. So I think you'll find a stark difference between the three of us who are solid business people and those who are not. I've got a 21-point policy plan. I hope you saw it. If you didn't, you can get a copy of it on our table. What it is my commitment to you. Now, I can't be making a contract because I'm only one of 100 in Washington. But this is the way I think. This is the way I'll speak. This is the way I'll negotiate. This is the way I will vote. And this is the way I will legislate. I don't believe any other candidate has anything like this. I think we all are putting down on paper our commitments to you, the voters of Ohio, and then you can choose for yourself. Thank you very much, Mark.
U.S. House Resolution 1, titled The For the People Act, was passed by the Democrat-controlled House earlier this year and is currently in the Senate, where legislative analysts give about a 2% chance of passing. Democrats call the bill a pro-democracy, anti-election corruption bill, and have called opponents of H.R.1 voter suppressionists and racist. However, Republicans and critics of the bill say it attempts to usurp state powers during elections and consolidate them at the federal level, codifying standards which can be easily abused. What do you say the bill is and does? And if it is revived while you're serving in Senate, how would you vote and why?
Of course, nobody up here wants H.R. 1, and everybody would vote for any reincarnation of it in the future. But we have an issue within our own state. We have a Secretary of State who believes we have no meaningful voter fraud in Ohio, and is afraid, Franklin Rose is afraid to audit the vote. So I would call for an audit of the vote, not only an audit of the vote, but a recount, a hand recount, and it can't. Right? Anybody realizes that. Everybody realizes it except Frank. Okay? The other thing that you need to know is Frank is really fighting with Jocelyn Benson, the Secretary of State of Michigan, who's about as far left as you can be. And if you Google those two names in Zuckerberg, you'll find out that Frank is really happy about taking money from Zuckerberg for elections in Ohio. Frank has got to go. Take a look at John Adams. He's primary Frank.
You are serving on the Senate Judiciary Committee and considering a Biden-Harris nominee who is actively engaged in efforts to promote federally funded abortion on demand. Please provide us with one or two questions you would require the nominee to answer before considering your vote.
So in terms of the question, I think there wouldn't be much need for a question, but I would ask, what role do you think the federal government plays in making decisions on abortion? But more than that, I think that this gets to two topics about the judiciary. One, the topic of legislation. We in the Senate, as well as the House, need to write tighter, better, less ambiguous legislation, so there's less room for the judiciary to be interpreting
That's our fault. It is not the judiciary's fault. In terms of making judicial decisions, I'd be looking almost solely at one thing, the history of decisions, right? And if the history is constitutional and sharp and follows the law, I'd be voting for those people. If it doesn't, I wouldn't. And if they didn't have a history, or a sparse history, I'd say don't apply. So I wouldn't really need to ask any questions because I think there would be a track record of decisions that would lead me to say I'm no vote, come hell or high water.
Yesterday, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration paused enforcement of President Biden's vaccination and testing mandates on businesses after a federal court ruled last week that OSHA, quote, take no steps to implement or enforce the executive order. Also yesterday, Senate Republicans, including Senator Rob Portman, officially challenged the Biden mandates under the provisions of the Congressional Review Act. Do you agree with the court and Senate Republicans? If so, can you point to a specific example of your support for the idea that personal medical decisions rest with citizens and their physicians, not the government or the public, prior to Biden's order in September?
I'm not vaxxed. And I'm not getting vaxxed. Not vaxxed, I'm not getting vaxxed. I stood on a protest line for House Bill 248, shoulder to shoulder with protesters. That's how I've been active. But this decision is really an example of gross executive overreach. This is absurd. Joe Biden and his administration have weaponized the Administrative Procedure Act of 1946 that I believe Bernie referred to. They are using the bureaucracy against us and against Congress. Where is the Senate oversight? What are they doing for this overreach? OSHA should be worried about steel-toed shoes, not about vaccinations.
The Biden administration has been operating for less than a year, and many Republicans in Ohio view their incompetence in such a manner that, by contrast, President Carter was a diplomatic genius. If elected, at least 2 years of your term will be under the current administration, and, God forbid, the Democrat wins the next presidential election, your entire term in the Senate will be dealing with the opposition. What tangible steps can you take as a legislator besides complaining?
How do you work with an administration that has just excessive overreach and total wokeness? The answer is you don't. We've been doing that for 50 years as Republicans, and it's got to stop, right? I would do everything to impede what is going on in terms of that overreach and wokeness. Now, I'd be glad to work with people across the aisle, but they have to, believe in conservative values. And I do think we have people in the Democratic Party that are now getting scared they won't be reelected if we don't do it. Now, let's talk about caricatures and facades and people just play acting to get in office. How many people here have used the Ohio checkbook? It's a failed program. People take credit for programs that have failed, and we just go, oh, yeah, that's okay. That's a failed program. It hasn't been updated. Thank you.
Outreach in the minority community has been key for the Republican Party in recent elections. What are your plans to build support within this community?
I got to talk really fast here because I've got a story to tell you about what I'm already doing that I believe all Republican candidates need to do. I'm going and meeting with black families. Now, let me tell you about the Hamilton County Fair. No Republican booth there. But I went and met with black families. And they said to me, hey, did you vote for Michael Warren? And I said, yeah, I did. And they're like, we did too. That was a big mistake. How do you feel about it? And I'm like, I feel the same way. Okay? These are Democrat voters that voted for Michael Warren. So what I said to them is, listen, your guy's going to get in, right? Tim Ryan, he's pretty much, nailed. You need to vote for me. And we're starting to educate them about how they can vote for me in the primary. Right? So I'm reaching out to them already. They love my policies. They love my plans.
They love the focus on faith. They love the focus on family. We all need to be doing it. I mean, I would encourage everybody to do it. We got to do it as a group. This would be so awesome. Thank you.
Austin's question is this: do you support policies that provide affordable health care, including access to abortion care, for all lawfully present immigrants? Why or why not?
Like JD, I want to break this into two questions. It's a compound question, and it just doesn't make sense to be put together. Abortion is murder, period. You shouldn't be paying for it. All right, that's easy. Second piece is a little harder. What do we do about health care? Point number 5 on my policy guide. Let me read them to you so you know I'm just not making it up to tell you what you want to hear. Point number 1, allow medical insurance competition across state lines. Point number 2, allow to promote market-driven medical options like HSAs that foster price competition in health services. Point number 3, shift power away from monolithic insurance companies who want to control every transaction. And point number 4, we found this out with COVID, lovingly fat shame each other so we all get off our backsides and get healthier. Well, that's what COVID talks, right? We need to get healthier, and we ought to be helping each other do that.
Time.
Thank you.
Thank you. A review of the latest campaign finance reports indicates about $1,500 of voter support across Ohio since 2019. Critics point to this as evidence that you're not running a serious campaign. How do you respond? Can you explain this?
I'm stone cold serious about this campaign. That's what I say. And I'm doing it as a citizen candidate with my own money. We just started asking for donations the past few weeks in any kind of way. We're just starting a digital media campaign. Why am I doing it this way? Because I'm putting my own money in the campaign as we go. I'm not putting money in the campaign in tranches of $3 or $5 or $10 million, like everybody else does, to make them look like they're leaders or they're being supported. I'm paying as I go. Why would I just put money in an account and have it sit there and be dishonest with both myself and with you? I'm not going to do it. Now, you'll see some upticks in the next report, which comes out at the end of the year. But I think it's pretty smart. If I'm going to go to Washington and spend your money, and if I can poll against, or poll ahead of, or with some of the people on the stage spending a tenth or less of that money, I think that's pretty darn good. Thank you. Bernie's right. This is the greatest country in the world, by far. I'm doing this to serve, not prosper. I've already committed to give my salary to an Ohio charity. You'll pick them. And the only stipulation is they can't be charities that take any money from the government, because that's the way they attach strings to our charities and control them and drive a progressive, liberal, Marxist agenda down into our charities. But more than that, I've committed for the rest of my life, any revenue from speaking engagements, book deals, down I'm going to be a lobbyist if you look at my platform, but anything related to revenue coming from having been in the Senate, I will also give to charity for the rest of my life. I want to go to serve, not prosper, and I am a fighter. We're trying to make Ohio better during our campaign than we left it. And we're fighting Ohio Republican Party corruption. You won't hear that from other candidates. The Ohio Republican Party is corrupt and it needs an entire regime change. A dictator and should never hold public office again. Portland was not a statesman. He was a failure for Ohio. My name is Mark Pukita. I'm one of your next U.S. Senator. Mark4Ohio.com. Mark4Ohio.com. I need your help. I need your support.
More importantly, I need your prayers. We are in a dire place right now in this country, and you need to send people who are faith and fight. I'm that person.